Okay, hello, how are you? Very welcome to this session where today we're going to be talking about a customer avatar, right? Now, before we go into any other advanced techniques and styles of online marketing, this is one of the most important foundations of building your business and continuing to maintain your business when you do your outreach and you do your marketing. So this is really worth learning at this very early stage, or to be fair, at any stage that you're in with your development and progress in growing your business. It's always good to have a knowledge of this, but also to revisit this and refresh your perspective of the customer avatar or your customer avatar. Now, let's start. What is a customer avatar? For this, I thought I'd visit Google. As you can see, here we are, and we consult Google. So, what Google is telling us is this: a customer avatar is a representation of your ideal customer or your ideal customer persona, or as it says here, your buyer persona. It's a marketing persona or a customer profile. It's a fictitious person, someone that doesn't really exist, but it's someone that is profiled on the kind of customer that we would like to reach out to and we would like to buy from us, buy our services and our products. So that is what a customer avatar is. Why is this important? This is very important because there's a famous saying in marketing speak, which is when you market to everyone, you're marketing to no one. Okay, I'll say that again. When you market to everyone, you're marketing to no one. And that's because you're everything to everyone. It's difficult for your ideal customer to really identify that what you're saying is for them. Does that make sense? Because it seems like it could be for everybody. And this is a very typical thing that marketers or business owners tend to do. I'm one of them, incidentally. In the beginning, I would not want to leave anyone out. I was very anxious about making sure that I covered all the bases and covered all the different types of customers, that I did myself a disservice because it just was very overwhelming and confusing probably for customers to identify who they are. Okay, so now for the how to do it, let's go straight into it. I've got this avatar template, which I'm going to try to, depends where you are when you watch this video, but I'll try to attach it so that you can download it and you can create your own, fill in the blanks. Okay, so it's really very straightforward and self-explanatory. We're creating a profile of your ideal customer and we're using headings to help us to do that. First thing I want you to do is to fill in the industry that you're in. And I've given you an example. Perhaps it's health and wellness, perhaps it's dance fitness, or perhaps it's therapy. Whatever it is, fill in the major industry that you're in. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to go a little bit more detailed into what is a particular niche that's within that industry. So if it is health and wellness, maybe you specialize in advising on specific types of fitness or vitamins and supplements. Then I want to challenge you to go sub niche, right? What's happening here is we're getting clearer and clearer and more defined to try to get the perfect description of your customer avatar, making it as unique as possible, if you will, or as defined as possible. I'll give you an example here. So in this case, it would be vitamins and supplements specifically for pregnant women, and so on we go. If you can go micro niche, I've shown you here also that it could be vitamins and supplements for newly pregnant women 1 to 3 months. I think you're starting to get the picture that the more niche we can go, the better or more highly defined and more real we can make this customer. And there's a reason for this, which I'll go into a bit later on. Next thing is, let's fill this bit in. What would you imagine is your avatar's idea of pain or the frustration or even a hellish situation, which is why they would need someone like you? What are they going through? Try to think in your mind to yourself, even perhaps before you got into the line of work or this industry or this skill that you now have. What prompted you to go that direction? What was your catalyst? What was your motivation? You must have been in a state where you were feeling lack or pain, frustration, and your own personal type of hell. What was it for you? Imagine that for your customer. Make sense? Okay. Next thing, fill in the blank of what is their idea of relief. What is a solution? Not according to you. This is the important bit. What do you think in their mind or in their words would be a type of solution that they're looking for, right? Because remember, it's very easy to think in our terms, which is not the right way to go about it because we are the experts in our products. We are the experts in our services. But remember that your customer, especially if they're not aware of you yet, are not the experts. They're not an expert on the terminology or on a particular solution that you're able to provide. So what is it in their words? It's very important. Same thing. Once they've received that solution and they've overcome that challenge, try to picture in your mind, in their shoes, what that life looks like after they've solved that problem. Okay? And very importantly, this bit here is also key to understanding how you're going to be able to reach your customer and help them to buy from you. What are the potential blocks to your avatar buying your particular service? Maybe it could be too expensive, don't know enough about you, don't know enough about the solution. Whatever it is, again, think about it in terms of how your customer will be thinking about it, what words they would use, what images come to mind. Okay? Next bit is we're now going to give your avatar an identity. We're going to start to make this person as real as possible. And it's quite self-explanatory. I would give your avatar a name. And even though your product or service is relevant to everyone, meaning could be a man, could be a woman, I would still give it an identity, whether it's a woman or a man. It just makes it a little bit more clear in your mind as to who this person is. I'd still give it that if you can. An age, marital status, how many kids, what kind of job do they have, what kind of annual income? Have a guess. Just try to get a picture in your mind of who this person is, where do they live, who do they socialize with, and where do they like to hang out. And last but not least, try to describe their backstory. What's the story of their life? What kind of person are they? Outgoing, shy? The point is this: you make this person as real as you can so that when you're speaking to them, quote unquote, in your marketing, it will feel to them like you're speaking directly to them. Make sense? So the avatar flow would look something like this. We've already done this in the exercise of picking a name and even attribute a picture to it. That'd be a good way to make someone real, right? So next after that is defining the demographics and psychographics of who this person is. You've also done that in the template that I provided you. Then we identify what their primary goals are in terms of, in this case, we've gone a step further in breaking it down into the pains. What are their pains? What are they trying to solve? What does a solution look like to them? And also, what does their dream life look like after they've solved that? You've broken that down in that template, and combining that with giving your avatar a personality, a backstory. You could also fill out a customer avatar template, right? It could look something like this, right? You got a photograph here, give your avatar a name, and you could fill in all of those details in a sheet like this. You could make your own, really be as creative as you want. I would create something like this and have it to hand, and also revisit it every once in a while to make sure that you're on point in staying true to marketing and speaking to your customer as if they were a human being, as if they were an actual person. Make sense? Once you've done that, congratulations. You've started by creating a very important foundation in your business, which is to identify your customer and also start the ball rolling and being able to communicate with them in a way that moves them, that helps them to buy, and allows you to provide your customers with products and services that will really help them. And it all starts with understanding and defining your customer avatar. Okay, now this is actually best used in combination with a business plan. If you haven't seen my video on creating a business plan, I'll try to attach a link somewhere on this video as well. And you may have many products and services. You may have more than one avatar. We're going to go into this in a bit more detail in another video. And in that video, we're going to look at what's called a canonical avatar. But the basis of that is in exactly what you've learned here right now, because everything else that you do from this point on for any kind of avatar linked to any kind of product or service that you may also offer starts with using this process, which I've just shown you. Okay? All right. I'll speak to you again soon. I hope this helped, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.